than just a random murderer lurking in Grosse Pointe Park.
Correct.
Okay.
I don't think any further questions, John.
Okay, very good. Let me get this document. One second, Mr. Ambrose. Mr. Ambrose. Get it, document.
Your testimony is that, I'm going to start where you left off, that you wanted to assure the community was safe, correct?
Yes, sir.
But yet you released Joseph Gentz, who admitted to the murder. You released him to the public.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And there was testimony regarding you have to arrest him or charge him within 48 hours, correct?
72.
72 hours, correct?
48.
Within a short period of time.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But Joseph Gentz is not arrested for another month.
Correct.
Okay. Even though he admitted to this murder.
Correct.
How is that creating a safe community?
Again, go back to the random act. As Mr. Bashara even mentioned in one of his interviews, that he had talked to a number of attorneys, and in cases like this, 70% of the time the victim and the perpetrator are known to each other.
So I guess his question is, if you want to make the community safe, why would you release someone who has admitted that they killed somebody and not go or arrest them till a month later?
We did not have the time to do a warrant on an investigative report at the time. We were following the 48 or 72 hours.
Okay, at the time of detention.
Correct.
What about the next day?
We didn't have the information obtained as of yet. As I mentioned before, they were looking for DNA samples, which we obtained from Mr. Gentz.
When did you get that?
When he was brought in, when he came in the first night.
Which was what day? So you got the DNA that night?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
And then when did you get the results?
Oh, it takes a while to get from the state police.
I'm just curious, when did you?
I can't tell you the exact date.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that you can't arrest somebody for murder unless you get DNA?
No, ma'am, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, what are you saying?
In this case, he was released because we did not have sufficient evidence at the time.
But he admitted that he killed a woman. I'm sorry, Ms. Bashara.
Yes, ma'am.
That's not enough?
Mr. Gentz had made a confession, but it was somewhat disjointed at times.
Let me ask you a question, Chief Ellis. Did you believe Joe Gantz?
Yes, ma'am.
You believed him?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When he made the confession?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Do you know the specifics of his statements? You were in one of the interviews, correct?
Yes.
And do you recall him saying that this offense happened sometime after 7 o'clock in the evening?
I don't recall that.
You don't recall that?
No.
All right. You don't recall what time?
No, I don't recall.
All right. You have been involved in a handful of homicides over the last 44 years, correct?
Yes.
How is a person supposed to react, in your opinion, after the death of a loved one? You hardly have seen a murder in your community, correct?
Correct.
All right, so you wouldn't have anything to base it upon, correct?
Based what on, sir? How someone should react?
Correct.
I would base, if someone loses their wife violently to a murder, I would expect someone to be far more concerned, show more emotion, show more sympathy than Mr. Bashara ever did in the conversations, both on the phone to report the incident, as well as subsequent interviews in the polygraph.
And you're basing that on what?
44 years of experience in the police.
And hardly having any involvement with murders of...
It's not just murders, it's human nature.
So just based upon your concept of human nature.
Okay.
All right. I have no further questions. Your Honor.
Anything further?
Yes, Your Honor. When Joseph Gens was released, was he just sent out and no one kept any track of him at that time?
No, the investigators were aware of where he was going. That was part of the arrangements, obviously. I was out of it at that point in time.
When you say that they were aware of where he was going, how? Did he call them? Did he have a tether? What?
He didn't have a tether, ma'am. I don't recall how the investigators kept track of it. That was up to them to do it.
Okay.
No, you were just questioned as to the reaction of Mr. Bashara after the murder as being something that you noted, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but that wasn't the only reason why you felt as though he was a person of interest, right?
No, sir.
Okay, he wasn't being truthful to you during his interviews, correct?
Correct.
And you had other information that you were getting from the tips, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
Step down. Do you have any objection to Officer Hiller if he chooses? I'm sorry. Captain Hiller staying in the courtroom if he chooses. Do you want to stay?
That'd be fine, ma'am.
Do you have any objection?
No objection.
You're not going to recall him.
Not in this proceeding.
Well, that's all I'm concerned about. Thank you so much, sir. Next witness.
I'm going to call Hank Lasky.
Okay.
Can I have 5 minutes with this witness before he's called?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. I need the defense attorney.
Okay.
We need to get Mr. Ambrose. Okay. Is Mr. Ambrose here?
Yeah, he's trying to find me. Hey.
Tell him to come in. Well, before we start, can I turn the approach?
That way we're trying to get off.
Call your next witness. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's take a 15-minute recess. Give these fine journalists an opportunity to go to the facility. Let's start back about 5 minutes to 12. 5 minutes to 11? 5 minutes to 11. Okay, very good. Let's take a recess.
Nothing?